Pack up the toys there.
Packing up the toys. On the photo shoot earlier.
Yes. Because that's usually how any of our photo shoots go, right? It's just pulling out like all of our toys to use as props.
Wording. Phrasing.
This is so gonna go with the theme of this talk. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Weekly Bento, our weekly nerd musings show. I really need to come up with a better description of the format. We just talk about whatever we're thinking at the time. And I am, of course, your host, Crypt Keeper Josh E.T., and I'm joined today by a special guest, Miss Zombie Bitme's here. I don't just talk about her all the time. She's actually my friend. It's not just like, hey, I post pictures of this girl all the time.
I don't know this guy.
You know me. You know me. You know me. You tolerate me. I'm not gonna say she likes me, she puts up with me. She's a saint for that. So, because of the past week's video talking about ecchi, which is the suggestive range of anime, the sexually suggestive but not explicit, since I was visiting here with you, this discussion had to happen. We gotta talk about the explicit. We're gonna talk hentai because
that is what my brain has turned into.
pretty much.
Well,
So yes, because I was visiting with the hentai queen herself. Right, that's the name now, right?
Is it?
I've heard it.
All right.
I've heard it.
We'll go with it.
It might have been.
I'll roll with it.
I think it was Veteran Fox who tried to get it to stick.
Probably.
Yeah. So we were here with
Dan.
Tentacle Princess, Hentai Queen. It's a lot of very, very suggestive imagery. And so I just figured we have to at least have a little bit of this discussion. We won't get too explicit about certain things. Hentai, of course, is the super adult range of anime. The term itself literally means pervert. And it refers to... The genre itself refers to sexual acts of all kinds of...
Porn.
Japanese porn. Japanese anime porn. And it is really the thing that is you have to explain around to anybody who's not an anime fan, because they either think it's cartoons for kids or that it's tentacle porn.
It's not always tentacle porn.
It's not always tentacle porn. It's like...
As much as it would be awesome if it was always tentacle porn.
I was about to say, it's the fast food of anime. It's a little bit every now and again is fine, just don't let it be your whole diet.
I mean, this one time I saw one and there was a ghost centipede, and it was a gigantic ghost centipede.
So I thought what would be fun to have this discussion at least is, what was the way you found hentai? What was the first experience with hentai with you?
I think maybe playing those random online games.
Yeah, the little in the browser had an animated GIF of.
No, I can't remember what kind of site I used to go on. It was one that was addictinggames.com.
Right.
But
yes.
then they had the adult section.
Yes, they used to have on Newgrounds.
Yeah, maybe that was the one.
They would have sex flash games.
Yeah.
I will never forget we got one of those sites at school. I couldn't believe we got away with this. The one I remember was it was an interactive story about banging Britney Spears. And it was either you ended up just kicking her off of you or out a window. There were the two options.
The ones I played were actually anime ones. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, this one I found was just flash
They
animation.
were just random anime ones. But
Yes.
I think that was my first experience.
It was the first experience. Mine was probably, it was actually kind of a natural progression actually, because I knew what doujinshi was. I had heard of it because it comes up in other animes that talk about anime culture. And once I started going to Anime North, we knew where the doujinshi area was because the man who ran the booth was the most vocal person at a con. I don't know if you were around for this guy, but he would yell at the top of his lungs, "Yowie! Get your yowie!"
I have not met that guy.
Basically, he got in so much trouble, he was either kicked out or told to tone it down or else get kicked out. And it was just like, why the hard sell salesmanship? Like, it's porn. It's a product that's gonna move regardless.
Well, I mean, there's also a lot of people who are too afraid. Like, that's why you got like the certain sections of sex stores or whatever. And, like,
This is true. This is true.
Sneak in.
Yeah, yeah. And so I believe as soon as I was of age, out of sheer curiosity, I had to buy some doujinshi, and I regretted it immediately because it was bleach doujinshi of Hitsugai and Rangiku, which, for people who don't know Bleach, that is the child prodigy captain and his very buxom adult lieutenant. And it was about the two of them getting intimate. So it was like, I don't know if me being in possession of this is a felony.
You should just maybe be careful.
I should maybe be careful.
Maybe not say that on the internet.
Technically, Hitsugai is like 100 and some odd years old.
Well then,
So, but he looks like a child.
I don't know.
That's like the hilarious gray area with that comes up with Please Teacher.
Yes.
You've seen that show?
Yeah.
Where it's he's in high school and married to a full-grown woman, but because of a rare disease he has that makes him look younger for certain reasons. It's totally valid. It's that felt like a flimsy hentai type excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, after doujinshi, you just kind of made the natural progression to finding it online.
There's a Please Brother as well or something?
Please Twins.
There's a Please Everything.
Yeah. Onagai Sensei and Onagai Twins. And yeah, so from there, the first one I ever found was one called Discipline Record of a Crusade. I think I've told you a bit about this. It's made by the same guys who made Bible Black, which...
Yeah. I mean, everyone's gotta have seen it. If you've watched Hentai, you've seen Bible Black.
Exactly. It's quintessential viewing. It's big eyes and even bigger chests. That's the way to describe that art style.
Pretty much.
And in terms of the acts that happen, everything happens. Everything. Including the splitting of the male appendage into 4. Yeah. So, because Miss Zombie Bit Me hosts a hentai review show over on her own channel, the Happy Hentai Hour.
Yeah.
The Happy Hentai Hour, where she actually checks out things. She is like the one to ask these questions. I gotta say, has anything as of yet given you enough recoil to just turn it off?
No.
No?
I don't know if I'm just weird or...
Well, you are weird, and it's one of the reasons I adore you.
Yeah, but like, there's always a limit to things, right?
Yeah.
No.
No. I would say my Discipline haven't been the only one I watched all the way through, and it was hard watching it all the way through. It became a completionist thing. I wasn't even into it anymore. I just had to finish it. It became violent towards the end, and that's where I wanted to back out.
Yeah, so that doesn't bother me though.
No. No?
But I mean, like, when I'm watching a hentai, because I know it's not real, like, it's a cartoon.
Yes.
It's just, I think the weirder, the more interesting. Just for watching's sake.
Yeah. It's like, probably like having the age gate completely removed, you're wondering what they're going to come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really funny to watch that stuff coming from Japan, which is considered like, they're weird in that they're supposed to be like culturally very sexually conservative, and then anime.
But at the same time, they are not, like,
Yeah.
they're also one of the largest, like, sexual communities.
I find, and my observation is that the gap is between the young and old.
The thing I think they make different between the rest of the world is that they are not afraid to explore it or, like, show it to the rest of them. But like whether or not like how they do it like with each other or who they see is a little more conservative.
Yes, that's interesting. So it's basically
like they're open about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time they're shy.
The weirdness only happens.
They want to make it okay.
Yeah. So you think it's kind of their way of prompting a real life sexual revolution is through their art.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I like
You
that.
put it in way better words than I do.
I read too many fantasy books and therefore use too many big words. If there was any audience at all on these, I'm like, do you find me condescending? It's not me trying to be condescending, I'm just too wordy.
Yeah, my vocabulary lacks.
Nah. It's why people like you more.
Because I'm like, yeah.
I can understand her. Like, she is nice to look at and saying things I understand.
I guess.
But that includes in terms of like you're speaking about your hobbies, like you know, she's legit otaku girl. She tells me about stuff to go watch. In the past one when I talked about Heaven's Lost Property, it was her who got me to watch that.
I like that one.
That was so much fun to watch together. We need to do the second season together.
Yes.
I never finished it.
I haven't.
Have you done ecchi yet? That's it's the martial arts. It's kind of like martial arts Queen's Blade.
Oh right. The butt thing.
The butt thing.
That's how I remember.
No, that's Keijo. That's the one I was talking. That's Keijo. Oh, you haven't watched that yet?
I've only just seen like.
Okay,
parts
you
of it.
were being shown that for sure.
I need to watch.
That is so up your alley.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I was just watching like little bits of parts here, and I'm like, why am I not like watching this right now?
Boob and butt combat. That is like that show was made for
and
you.
all they do is just fight with their butts and boobs.
Butts and boobs.
Pushing each other into the water. I mean,
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah. There's even like one of the characters. Her whole motivation is that she wants one of her like bikinis to be designed by somebody famous, and only famous Keijo players get that.
I'm gonna be a famous Keijo player.
That is, yeah. There's one character you're gonna love because she's like not top heavy, but makes up for it with the speed of her butt thrust.
The speed of her butt thrust. Mine would be a bony butt thrust.
Yeah. Yeah, that's still an advantage to you. You're gonna like be like the pressure point butt slammer. Like your bones will hit them in the back and.
And then when I go to like sit on their face, that'll hurt.
Oh.
Whew.
Oh.
It'll hurt me though too.
Oh man.
I don't know.
Yikes. All right. So, well, thank you for coming along on that ride. I knew it was gonna go somewhere weird. That's how it goes with her, and I love it.
Sitting on girls' faces.
It's she is the living embodiment of the rabbit hole, and I don't know how I ever come back from Wonderland. But thank you, Shantel, Zombie Bit Me, for checking that out. You can go find her, everything, social media for her is Zombie Bit Me. Go over to her YouTube channel to check out the Happy Hentai Hour. I can't believe you get away with putting that online.
It's censored.
It's enough. It's censored enough.
I need to do a new one.
Yeah, I should watch Discipline with you. That could be a good one. Okay. All right. So maybe there's something coming in the future.
Although now that I've like set up Twitch on my computer, like OBS and stuff, I can like stream the censored and then also myself and like record it.
Yeah. All right. So definitely keep an eye out for that. I'll plug that when it happens. And so again, thank you for watching, everybody. You can check out all of our stuff on www.talkacrook.com. Once again,
Sexy waifus.
Sexy waifus. Flip it around, show the Demon Sisters. Yeah, this is where it's at. Like, leather, but rules. They're like a living safe word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.